Hello everyone, I want to welcome you guys back to the third and final installment of the HECARIM Bootcamp series. So today we're going to be going over advanced HECARIM mechanics. So I've been playing HECARIM for years. I have about 4 million mastery on him on my main account and thousands of rank games. So over this length of time, there have been kind of things that I've been picking up on and that I've been kind of like perfecting to take my HECARIM to like the next level, right? So here today I'm going to be teaching you guys things that I've learned over all these games that you guys could apply to your games to take your guys' HECARIM to the next level, right? So first off, we're going to start with something kind of basic, right? And it's Q stack. So your Q stack mechanic works in a way that the more Q stacks you have, the lower cooldown and the more damage it does, right? So when you have 2 Q stacks, it increases the amount of damage it does by 10%, and also decreases the cooldown by 2 seconds. So the way you can optimize this in your HECARIM games is very simple. You want to stack your Q before going for ganks, right? So this is something that you guys can do very easily too, right? So imagine you're doing Gromp, right? So here we have 2 Q stacks. Okay, so we still have our 2 Q stacks, and we're gonna be spawning that dummy right there. So right now we have our 2, right? So you're gonna want to like use it, and then we're gonna Q past that, and then we can go for a gank. You see? So it's using it in a way that you can keep your Q stacked against minions after stacking it against the Krugs to kind of make it so that when you get in the lane, you don't have to like have your 4-second Q cooldown, right? Because you can just use it right away, and it's like it's just instant. Right, you have it right away. You're doing as much damage as you possibly can, low at cooldown as possible, and it's very easy. So now we're gonna go. So that's more of like kind of macro thing, right? It's more of like more of a ganking thing more than an actual mechanic. So now I'll show you guys like a couple different actual mechanics that HECARIM can do. So as HECARIM, you can actually eat over walls, right? So imagine there's an enemy dummy, right? And imagine I'm playing topside. And this is a Malzahar, he's going for roam on the bot lane. What you can actually do is if you use your E, you can E over the wall to kind of get onto people, right? So using your E as a way to get over the wall is something that I've been doing for a long time, and something you can still do. And the reason you can do it is because your E increases your auto attack range, right? So it's like a ranged auto attack. So imagine they have a Zyra, right? And the Zyra wants to go ward this bush, but you're waiting right here, you have this ward, you know she's there, just E right over and you can kill them, right? So Eing over the wall, it works for pretty much every wall, and it's something that you can do like pretty easily on enemy champions. The only time it wouldn't work is like, let's say you're here, right, and it doesn't really go over. So you need to just make sure that you can actually get over the wall. So this is like the best thing for like thinner walls, right? So like, let's say this one, or let's say this one, or even like this one, right, Eing over this. So you can actually do this on jungle camps as well. Just like optimize jungle clear, so you're going to want to like E over blue, you can do it like that, or let's say you have vision here, right, you can use your E and then R over the wolf camp like this. Something that I like doing is like, let's say your Q stacks are about to run out as you're going from wolves to raptors. What you can actually do is you can E over this and just get right in there, right? You can just get right in there. You can also do it for your Krugs as well, so I'll show you guys that right now. Just by doing this. So this is just like it's again another mechanic that you guys can use, and it's just Eing over walls. So now we'll get into more of like for fights, right? For like, let's say fighting. So something that HECARIM can actually do really nicely is your E doesn't need to go off all the way before you can cast other abilities, right? So as you guys can see there, I use my E, and then you see how there's a little thing where it's like I'm knocking them back. Well, you can actually input other abilities while that knockback is going off, right? So while you're Eing, you can also Q, or you can WQ at the same time, right? So you can use your E and your Q in a way that makes it so that you can like, that's what pretty much everyone does, but in case you guys didn't know about it, that's something you can do. Also, another thing you can do is you can R directly after your E auto attack hits, and if you're fast enough, you can actually do it in a way that makes it really insane, right? So imagine this is a 1 HP Lulu, and then this is a full health Twitch, right? What you can do is you can actually get your E off, and then instantly R like that, you see? So we don't even need to wait. you just kind of like, you knock them away, you get your last hit that'll kill them, and then you ult, right? So this is more about timing more than anything. And it's the way of, it's just like a very, very easy way, right? It's like, let's say we have vision and we're going to use, so now we're going to use like a couple. We're going to E over, and then we're going to do this, right? So it's just very, very good for just securing kills while also prepping other kills, right? So like, let's say you can get 1 kill, but you think you can get 2, right? You go for this. So the one-shot combo for Hecarim that I do a lot, it's kind of like you do this, right? Where you'll run at them with your E, and then you'll R and you'll Q at the same time. And the reason this is the best one-shot combo for Hecarim is because while they're being knocked back by your E, they can't react, right? So your R follows, and then where you land, it'll fear them. So it's kind of like they'll have a second, about a second to a second and a half, where there's legitimately nothing they can do. Like literally nothing they can do. So you can also go for like R in and then E, but it's a lot less clean, right? It's much better to just get your E and then you R, because because if you, let's say you R in, right? Imagine he has flash, he flashes away. There's nothing he can do. So that's why I personally like you E in and then you R, because that way if he flashes, then you can follow him with your R, right? So imagine he flashes here, then you're going to follow it. So it's a lot safer to do this combo than anything else. So now I'll actually show you guys a thing that I've only learned recently, right? And it's a way to make it so that your Sheen proc goes off on pretty much every auto attack no matter what. So imagine we're using our Q. So here for this, we're going to take off auto refresh cooldowns. So imagine we're using our Q for Sheen, right? Do you guys see how there's so it has about a 1.5 second cooldown, okay? And the thing is, at max stacks, your Q has a 0.4 second cooldown. So the thing is, you can't really get your Sheen off, right? So we're just gonna knock this further away. So you can't really get your Sheen off, right? Because imagine you get your Sheen auto. Well, now it's 0.4 seconds, and then you don't have your Sheen. So what I've been doing recently is I'll Q the enemy, right? I'll get the auto, and then I can cast my E. But then what you can do is if you Q instantly as your E is going off, you can actually get your Sheen proc on your E. So I'll actually show you guys that again in case you missed it, right? It's very, very, very niche, right? Like this is not something you'll be doing every single game, and if it is, then it's not something you'll be doing all the time. So it's kind of like, imagine so we're just gonna get our Q stacks, right? I want you guys to pay attention to the Divine Sunder here. Pay attention to it. So we get our Sheen, right? We're gonna use our Sheen auto, and then we're gonna E. So now we don't have it, but then by using our Q as our E is going off, we can actually get it, right? So let me show you guys one more time in case you still like you didn't get it. So you get your Q stacks, right? You get your Q stacks, and then if you were to, let's say, use your Q stacks and then just E normally, right? And then use your Q, your Sheen auto would only go on the auto after you Q. But you could actually make it so that we'll go again. We have our Q stacks. We use this like this. So you need a Q instantly as your E is going off. That way you can get the damage from your Q as well as the auto off. So this is like probably the most advanced Hecarim mechanic out there by far. I've only really learned about it recently, and honestly it's like probably the hardest thing to do, but it can be the most rewarding, right? Like there have been times where I'm not supposed to get a kill and then I do because of that. So that's about it for Hecarim mechanics. He's not a very complex champion, so there isn't too much out there, right? But it's just using these little things that can, let's say, bring you from an average to a great Hecarim player. So if you guys enjoyed the series, right, the part 1, 2, 3 of the Hecarim Bootcamp, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe. If you guys have any comments, any questions about things I might not have gone over, leave them in the comments. I'll be responding to everything. And with that being said, I hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll see you later. Peace.